there a quiz on the internet?
Oh yeah, it's on my site.
When do you put them on?
both of them up first.
Yeah, I did
You put them on like at 7 at night or something?
No, it was like 6 yesterday because I had to go to Walmart and get a hat with decorations for my child because it was the 100th day of school today.
Oh, I love that.
Why don't we do that? I watched Mr. Sally race your daughter to the door yesterday.
Was he running or was he like going?
He was like sprinting and then he rubbed it in her face that he won.
I expelled.
All right, if you're just joining us, you missed out on the fun of saying the quadratic formula, so we're going to say it again. All right, everybody, all together now. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root. Oh my gosh, start over. See, Thomas decided he was going to be smarter than everybody else and go faster, and he messed us all up.
I was thinking about it and then I lost track.
Okay. X equals
negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
Okay. The discriminant is the part found under the radical. Not after you take the square root, just what you get under the radical. It determines the number and types of roots of the equation. Remember, this is a parabola. What is a root? What are we finding when we're finding the roots?
Points.
Which points?
The ones in the middle of the line.
The x's, where it's crossing the x-axis. Okay, so this number will determine if it's going to cross the x-axis twice, once, or never. And then it's going to decide if your roots are rational numbers, which a rational number is anything that can be expressed as a fraction, like 1, 2, 1/2, 3/4, or a decimal. Or if it's an irrational number, which means it's an answer with a radical in it. Or if it's an imaginary number, which means there's an I in the answer. Okay? There's a chart on page 316. You need to know it. You need to use it tonight for your homework to answer the questions. This is as far into it as I'm getting. The chart is self-explanatory. See the chart, know the chart. No, really, know the chart. Really. I'm serious.
What's the chart?
Go look at the chart. Not right now. Okay, but for now, we're just going to work problem after problem using the quadratic formula, which, like I said before, if you can't factor and you can't complete the square, you can use the quadratic formula if you can remember that sweet little song that Nick was singing for us. But don't sing it again. Okay? But we need to be able to identify what is A, what is B, what is C. So, Kirsten Chopin, what is A? 8 is A. The coefficient of x squared is A. What is B? Tyler Moore? 18. And Blake McMinn, what is C? -5. For the first 3, at least of these, I want you to write out the quadratic formula. X equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, until you get really used to it, you need to remember from the beginning of the school year, when we are plugging and substituting in, we are using parentheses to make sure that our negative signs are all done right. So if b is 18, it's -18 plus or minus the square root of 18 squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. Now this requires you to be able to do your order of operations, work with radicals, and if necessary, imaginary numbers. Yes?
That's an 18 square.
Oh.
No, because you have to combine all that, get one number, and then take the square root. Okay? Nick?
You don't put the x and stuff?
X equals.
No, but like it says 8x squared.
No, you don't put that. You don't put that. Okay? We're trying to find x. All right, so order of operations says we need to do all this stuff under the radical first. Okay? So, I've got negative 18 plus or minus the square root of what is 18 squared? Somebody?
344.
344?
324.
324. All right, then I have minus 4 times 8 times negative 5. That's going to turn to what? Plus,
160.
the whole thing's over 16. Don't start trying to reduce anything. You've got to get it all the way down before you even think about canceling or reducing. What's 324 plus 160?
484.
484, and I believe that 484 is a perfect square. The square root of 484 is 22. Thank you, Parker. All right, now we can finish this off. How are we going to put this together and get our two answers?
Negative 18 plus 22 and negative 18.
Negative 18 plus 22 is 4. Over 16 would be 1/4. Negative 18 minus 22 is negative 40 over 16, which would be
Wait, what?
8 goes into 45 times 8 goes into, yeah, negative 5 halves.
Where'd you get those again?
Solving this, the first one is negative 18 plus 22 over 16. And the next one is negative 18 minus 22 over 16. Okay? And then you just simplify. Blake Gotro, what's the quadratic formula?
X equals negative 20 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
Don't you just feel like a rocket scientist when you can just rattle all that off? Feel better? Feel all smart and stuff? Write down your formula.
What if it doesn't have a number in front of x squared?
If it doesn't have a number in front of x squared, what's it understood to be?
1.
1.
It'd be, like, would it be negative 4?
Right, the negative squared with the 4. B squared is always going to end up positive because you're going to be squaring that whole number, whether it's plus or minus.
So the dash changed to positive.
Where?
The first.
Yes, because it's the negative of B and B is already negative. So basically it's the opposite of whatever B is. Nick Wagisbag, what can I do with that? This right here, this square root of 8.
You can reduce it to 2 square root of 2.
Very good. It can be reduced to 2 square roots of 2.